everyone's home safe. And when it comes to your home, 1 second you feel safe, and the next, something goes wrong. But with ADT's 24/7 professional monitoring, you still do. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com/Marlins or call 800-750-0647 today. For license information, visit ADT.com.
Step up to the plate with Terminix, the leader in pest protection for almost 100 years. We don't just hit home runs against termites. Since 1927, Terminix has defended homes and businesses nationwide from all kinds of pest curveballs. Trust Terminix to protect what matters most. Visit Terminix.com/Marlins to learn more. Because no one strikes out termites and pests like Terminix.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Miami Marlins fans, we celebrate every victory together. But when life throws you a curveball, whether you're injured at work, hurt in an accident, or facing a disability, you need a team that knows how to win. At Werner Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, we fight for you in personal injury, workers' compensation, and disability cases. With decades of experience, we make sure you get the benefits and compensation you deserve. Let us step up to the plate for you. Werner Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia, where Miami's injured find their strength. Call us now or visit wernerhoffman.com. Let's win this together.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball. Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. And Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. With the 10th Inning Show, here's the voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, hope you buckled your seatbelts after that hour and 1 minute rain delay, because things got weird after that. The Marlins do get a win in the series opener on Tuesday evening against the Colorado Rockies by a final of 6-5. But this game was all Marlins until it was all Rockies. Yuri Perez was sensational at the start of this contest. And Yuri and Kyle Freeland, the Rocky starter, they were kind of going back and forth a little bit. But the Marlins did tack on 3 against Kyle Freeland in the top of the 3rd, and then 3 more in the top of the 6th. The highlights are coming up next segment. But Yuri Perez was sensational. Yuri, 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 6 punch-outs. Yuri Perez, 71 pitches, 46 for strikes. He seemed destined to go 6 or 7 innings. But then the rain started to fall, and the pitter-patter turned into sheets of rain, which turned into lightning and thunder overhead at Coors Field in downtown Denver. So much so that the tarp was placed on the field, and we sat here for an hour and 1 minute. The game resumed at 11:05 p.m. Eastern, 9:05 p.m. local, and at that point, it really flipped into the Rockies' favor. Colorado, they plated 3 in the bottom of the 8th on a Mickey Moniak 3-run homer, and then they plated 2 more in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Fish stranded the possible tying run at third base and the possible winning run at first base when Hunter Goodman lined out to third. Hunter Goodman with 30 homers and 87 RBIs. He was the Rockies' all-star representative. So things got very scary late, but the Marlins did get a W in large part because their bullpen ace was on the mound to finish the job. Ronnie Enriquez got his 7th save. Ronnie came on. He got the final out of the 8th inning, and he got all 3 outs in the 9th. After navigating that 2-run 9th inning, he was standing by with Steven Strom, translated by the great Louis Durante.
Good. Ronnie, what did Daniel Mosquez tell you on that mound visit?
Sí, te dijo Mosco en esa visita de Montículo. Que tratara de tirar mi mejor picheo y que sacara lo out. Yeah, to throw my best pitches and just get the outs.
Have you ever pitched in anything like this with this rain, with this weather? I know it's first time here at this ballpark.
Sí, había pichado en una situación como esta, con este clima, en este ballpark, en este estadio, que es tu primera vez. No, esta es mi primera vez y en verdad que no pensé que iba a ser como tan incómodo. Yeah, this is my first time and I didn't think it was going to be this uncomfortable.
How do you prepare for something like this?
¿Cómo te preparas para algo así como esto? No, ya después que estoy en la lomita, lo que pienso es, como dije ahorita, tirar mi mejor picheo y que salgan lo hago como pueda.
Once you're in the mound, you got to do what you have to do, no? Just like Moscow said, you got to throw your best pitches and just try to get those outs.
This was a 6-0 game. You've been used in high leverage situations. How do you quickly focus when it becomes 6-3 and you're warming up?
Sí, el juego abierto de seis carreras. ¿Cómo te preparas para apagar el fuego en una situación como esta tan difícil y que se pone el juego 6-3?
Mayormente en el bullpen no estaba esperando que me llamaran. Entonces, y ahí cuando ellos hicieron la 3 carreras, empecé a trecharme yo mismo sin que llamaran. Entonces ahí sonó el teléfono y empecé a prepararme mentalmente, a practicar mi picheo y metimos mano.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the call. Once I saw the 3 runs, I started stretching myself a little bit. And then, I got the call, start working my mental just to get prepared and go in there and just get the outs.
Last one for you. How are you so calm right now?
¿Cómo te están calmado ahorita mismo?
No, para mí no pasó nada. Ganamos, que es lo importante.
Yeah, to me, nothing happened. We won the game. That's the most important part.
Gracias, chicos. Jack?
To me, nothing happened. We won the game. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Louie. And, of course, thank you to Ronnie Enriquez. When we come back, we'll play the highlights here. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network. Xavier lifts off. He goes high in the air, out to right and deep. Cruz is looking up at the wall. He leaps up, and it's gone. It just snuck over the short wall. I think Dylan Cruz, he leaped up. That got right to the left of his glove, and that snuck over that short porch. Xavier Edwards hits a 3-run blast, and there's your breathing room for the Fish. 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th. This one blistered at 113 from Wagaman. 0-1. That one blistered out to left, falling quickly. Lyle dives. It gets right past him. It rolls all the way to the wall. Marcy in from third. Here comes Mesa all the way from first. Throw coming home up the line a little bit, and Wagaman pushes to third. It's a 2-run double, and that doubles the Marlins lead. 4-0 Fish in the home 8th.
It was amazing.
The picture burned into my brain as Weimer hits one high in the sky out to left. Lyle working back shy of the track. He makes the catch. That is deep enough. Wagaman will come in and score. A sacrifice fly makes it 5-0 Marlins in the bottom of the 8th.
Inning Show on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins get a W 6-5 over the Colorado Rockies at Coors Field in Denver. How did this one sound? Well, there wasn't much to play for you for the front 2 innings of this one. 1-2-3 top of the first from Kyle Freeland. Then a 1-2-3 bottom of the first from Yuri Perez with a couple of punch-outs. Then Kyle Freeland faced the minimum in the top of the second. Then Yuri Perez faced the minimum in the bottom of the second. He had 2 more punch-outs. Again, Yuri was sensational. 5 innings of 1-hit shutout ball with 6 Ks and no walks. But scoring got going in the top of the third. After a ground ball out from Dane Myers in his first plate appearance off the injured list, Joey Weimer was hit by a pitch in a 1-2 count. Then Javier Sanoja, he singled out to left field, and Otto Lopez had a productive out. That pitch to Otto, that sprayed high in the air, out to right, should be deep enough to plate Weimer from third. Moniak shy the track, gears up. He throws it off to second base. Sanoja was trying to advance. He does sneak in there, and Weimer does come in to score on that. That was gutsy from Sanoja, but that does plate the first run of the game. A sacrifice fly the other way for Otto Lopez, 1-0 Fish. A little bit bigger and a little bit more comfortable. 2 hitters later, you had Augustine Ramirez walk, but Jacob Marcy drilled a double into right center to give the Fish a little bit more breathing room. First pitch to Marcy. That one drilled high in the air, right center field. Moniak back at the track, at the wall. He's twisting with it, and it's off the wall. Sanoha in to score from second. Here comes Augustine from first, and a feet first slide gets him in time. He beat the relay by a blink, and it's a 2-run double for Jacob Marcy. A 3 spot for the Fish. Scoring continued in the top of the 6th after the 4th and 5th were dormant. Leadoff single from Heriberto Hernandez. Eric Wagaman followed with a single in his own right after a flyout from Connor Norby. Dane Myers did the job in just his second plate appearance off the IL with the oblique issue. First pitch to Marcy. That one drilled high in the air, right center field. Moniak back at the track, at the wall. He's twisting with it, and it's off the wall. Again, if we have it, we'll play the Dane double that plated 2 in the top of the 6th. We do not have that, though. I will tell you, Dane Myers, he shot a double into right center field, and that did plate 2. 2 hitters later, Javier Sanoja brought Dane home. Starts. 1 to Sanoja. That a chopping ground ball. That is a fair ball down the first base line. That's going to plate another run. Myers will come in to score. The throw goes to second. It is not in time. Sanoja feet first with a slide into second base. He's got an RBI hustle double, and it's 6-0 Fish in the top of the 6th. So that Javier Sanoja made it 6-zip, and then the rain fell. It was after that top of the 6th inning. It was in between the top and bottom of the 6th where we had that 1 hour and 1 minute rain delay. In the bottom of the 6th when we came back, Tyler Phillips, he worked a scoreless 6th. Then he worked a 1-2-3 7th. In the bottom of the 8th, the Fish turned to Michael Peterson. And after Blaine Krim lined out, Kyle Karros ripped a single. Then Ryan Ritter punched out. There were 2 men gone and a runner on. Think, okay, you know what? You're up 6-0. Crisis averted. Tyler Freeman sprays a single. And Mickey Moniak, who has been hot, made this thing a little bit tighter. 1-0 pitch. That one drilled. Right center field and deep. Weimer and Marcy are back. They're looking up. And it's into the Rocky bullpen and gone. Mickey Moniak with home run number 22 on the year. And the Rockies are on the board in a big way. In the bottom of the 8th, it's 6-3 after the 3-run shot from the former number 1 overall pick. So that's what made it 6-3. In the bottom of the 9th, after Ronnie Enriquez got the final out of the 8th, he allowed a leadoff single to Brenton Doyle. Then Blaine Krim punched out. Then Kyle Karros reached on a single. Ryan Ritter was pinch hit for by Yanquiel Fernandez, and there was a productive out from Hernandez to get the Rockies on the board again and make it 6-4. Fernandez hits one well out to left field pretty deep. Myers is back to the edge of the track. He makes the catch for out number 2. That is deep enough for Doyle to score from third, so he tags and pushes up. But the Marlins are an out away from victory after that warning track fly out the other way from Yanquiel Fernandez. And then, with 2 men gone in the 9th inning, it felt like Eric Wagaman made a diving play to finish the job. Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication. Ronnie Enriquez was not covering first base. Chaos ensued to make it a 1-run game. And he fires. And Moniak grounds one. Diving stop by Wagaman. He smothered it. He picks it up and he throws it. And nobody was covering first base. The catcher, Ramirez, will pick it up. A run comes in to score. And the tying run is 90 feet away. Wagaman with a full extension dive to his backhand stopped that ball from getting into right field. But when he picked it up, he threw it to first, and Enriquez was nowhere close to the bag. It was a tough one, and again, a miscommunication, but Ronnie Enriquez did buckle down. He had to face an all-star in Hunter Goodman with the tying run at third and the winning run on first base, and this happened. 2-1 pitch. That one a line shot, grabbed by Norby. Shoulder high liner. Hunter Goodman stung a ball right at the third baseman, and crisis averted. Man, that got tight at the end. Colorado, they played 3 in the 8th, 2 more in the 9th, but the Marlins hold on to win Game 1 in Denver. Man, that was tough. And again, your final score, 6-5. That got everybody's heart rate up late night out east, if you're still listening to us there. When we come back, you'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
30, and that's second in the National League.
0-1. X gets a bunt down third base side. Beatty picks it up on the bare hand. He fires to second, and it's down the right field line. It kicked off the jutted out wall. Sanoha comes in to score, and a throwing error from Beatty plates another. X bunts his way aboard. We'll see how they want to score it, but Xavier Edwards on the misfire from Beatty at the hot corner is standing at second, and he swaps places with Javi. It's 5-0 in the top of the fifth.
For 11 on the road trip with a couple of RBIs and 2 doubles. 2-2 pitch. Hits it in the air to right center on the line. Going over the, can't get it. Cruz can't get it. 1 run will score. Here's Lopez rounding third. He comes in, and Connor Norby with a 2-run single to right center. The Marlins are back in it. It's 3-2 Washington.
Novella of you. 1-0 pitch. Weimer swings. He drives the ball high in the air, out to left and deep. That thing is gone. First Marlins homer for Joey Weimer, and it was a no-doubt shot. 108 off the bat. 403 feet just to the left of the Marlins bullpen, and the 2-run blast gets the fish on the board. It's 7-2 Washington in the top of the fifth. And the 0-2 to Burt. That one flared into shallow left field. That gets in for a base hit. They're going to send Augustine. He's trying to score. The throw is up the third base line, and 2 runs come in on the RBI knock from Heriberto Hernandez. On ball, he is as good as anybody in the game at that. 0-1. Sanoha bounces one that is a fair ball down the third base line. Mesa around second, headed to third. Marsh into the corner to try and fish it out. They're sending Mesa home. Relay throw coming home plenty late. And a head first dive plates Mesa from first base.
EF model 1852, $99 for 36 months, $79.99 due at signing. No security deposit required on approved credit from SETF. Offer expires 9/2/25.
We're living out the back of the car.
All right, 10th Inning Show continues now on the Marlins Radio Network. The Marlins do hold on and get a win in Game 1 of a 3-game set over the Colorado Rockies in Denver by a final of 6-5. Let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
Clayton, you talked about the quirkiness of this place. How were you guys able to hold on?
Yeah, I think it is. It's just it's a bend, don't break. I mean, it's at any point, no lead is safe. Credit to Schaaf and his guys. He keeps them fighting and going, and all it takes is a couple base runners and a home run. Next thing you know, the lead's cut in half, and so things can happen quickly here, and they can change very rapidly, like the weather. And so we were able to have a couple innings to build a lead and then hang on there at the end.
Yuri tonight, what'd you think? How was he able to be effective?
Yeah, Yuri was fantastic. I think it was, how quality his breaking stuff was in this environment where typically, spin, he does it sometimes play, as you're accustomed to. And I thought tonight it was probably as sharp as his breaking balls have been, the ability to miss that he generated. But it all goes back to the strike throwing, his ability to command the count, be in control. Was the big thing that we've certainly, when Yuri has had these types of outings, I think that's what you've seen and what he's certainly capable of. So unfortunately, they got cut short there with the rain, but nonetheless, it was 5 standout innings from him.
And then the impact from Norby and Dane coming back in the offensive line.
Yeah, great to have him in there. Norb's had a good swing on the single to left, and then well hit ball to right that did a job. And so a couple of good at bats, handled his chances well. Dane as well. Thought Dane swung the bat, well. Unfortunately, hit it to the wrong guy in the outfield a couple of times, but very encouraging to see those types of swings that he was able to do tonight.
And then coming out of the delay, just going with Phillips, what went into that?
I think at that point you're looking to cover, 4 innings, and Philly's been away for a few days on paternity, and to come in here and he'd come in there and fill it up and. Pitch to contact and give us a couple innings to try to shorten the game some there.
5 out of 6 for you guys. To what degree are you satisfied with you guys coming on so strong late in the season like this?
I don't know satisfied. I think Phil in a good place with how we've played recently. We had a few miscues tonight, but for the most part limited the base on ball there until the latter part of the innings, which you see what happens when you start to put extra guys on here, especially in this ballpark. But for the most part, recently we've really pitched well and filled up the strike zone. And offensively, our guys have done a nice job here recently of manufacturing innings and situationally coming through. So those are all great signs. And I think it's, something we've talked about a lot as a group, that the margins are small to win games here at the big league level, and you have to do a lot of things right in all facets to win.
Your bullpen hadn't allowed a earned run since last Tuesday. Just speak to how impressive of a stretch that was, over 20 innings pitched without an earned run.
Yeah, the entire crew, they've been fantastic. And I think really for the most part of this year, a lot of guys that have had fantastic seasons, and it's a lot of them, they do have really good stuff. And when they're able to consistently attack the strike zone and be able to dictate when they want to expand, we see that with high quality stuff. And they have been on a good run, and that's what it takes to win games. Like, I'm trying to get as much as we can out of our starters, but you definitely need guys down there and multiple guys that can take down big outs.
We're a 7 ERA for Yuri over his last 7 starts. How big is it for him to end the season on a really positive note, especially in Denver, where it's as hard as anywhere to pitch?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good feeling for him, and I know he and us want to finish these last few starts on a high note and not take the entire body into the offseason. I mean, one being that he has continued to respond from a health standpoint. He's recovered well. The stuff has been fantastic. How he's been able to implement and round out his arsenal in the way he has this year is very encouraging. And on top of that, though, you want to have results to feel good about things. So him having one like this, and hopefully he can finish with another solid one, sure will give him a lot of confidence in winning his sales heading into the offseason.
I'm just curious, excuse me, when you're in the dugout and you're watching Ronnie Enriquez, who he told me he never pitched in anything like that before, with the rain, I guess the coldness, and Hunter Goodman's up, what's going through your mind?
Wasn't really shocked that the game came down to traffic with a small lead, and that be kind of how I've seen so many games here, and just how they can turn at any point. And at that point, it's Ronnie versus Goodman, and us are they're going to win or we're going to win. And so at that point, it's betting on Ronnie to get that done. But I think I wasn't surprised that it ended up being a very tight affair.
Betting on Ronnie, and the bet paid off. Marlins get a win 6-5 over the Colorado Rockies. Hunter Goodman, the All-Star, was at the plate, and he lined out to third to end the contest. But story for the Marlins tonight is certainly Yuri Perez. This guy was amazing. 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 6 punch-outs. He did it in 71 pitches. And he would have kept on going if it wasn't for good old Mother Nature with that hour and 1 minute rain delay. Let's hear from Yuri after his start, translated by the immaculate Louis Durante.
Yuri, 5 shutout. What was key tonight to your performance?
Sí, 5 innings sin carrera. ¿Qué fue la clave para ti el día de hoy?
Primer picheo de drive. Eso fue lo más importante en el juego. Caerle arriba a los bateadores, tratar de competir una vez con ellos y tratar de salir rápido de línea.
Yeah, throwing first pitch for strike. That was the key of this game. Staying top of each count, just attacking every hitter, and just trying to get out of that inning as fast as I could.
This was your second time pitching here. What did the preparation look like this time around, especially with maybe the off-speed and breaking balls?
Sí, esta fue la segunda vez que estabas lanzando en este estadio. ¿Cómo estuvo esa preparación para ti, sobre todo con esos picheos de secundarios, ¿no? Como la curva.
Bueno, estuvimos hablando sobre eso, que los picheos aquí no se mueven tan bien, que el plan era tratar de tirarle un poquito más bajito por la gravedad, pero creo que tuve un buen día hoy, las cosas estaban saliendo súper bien y nada, agradecido con Dios con el trabajo de hoy.
Yeah, that was part of the the plan. We were talking and conversing about the spin rate, the movement of some of these breaking ball pitches. Part of the plan was mostly attack on the lower zone. And execute that plan, and it worked out well.
Was this the best the sweeper has felt for you all season?
Fue el mejor sweeper que se sintió en toda la temporada.
Sí, eso estuvimos hablando. Creo que sí, que es el mejor sweeper. Tremendo movimiento, lo estaba localizando súper bien, tirándolo en la zona también para bola, para ponchar, y creo que fue un día súper bueno.
Yeah, I think it was working perfectly. The movement was great. I was able to throw for strikes. Also, sometimes controlling the command of the pitch a little bit outside for a ball if I was chasing a strikeout.
When you're pitching like that and it starts to rain, what are you feeling?
Sí, ¿qué siente cuando tú estás pichando así de una manera tan increíble y empieza a llover?
Bueno, son cosas de la naturaleza, Dios lo quiso así. Creo que el día de hoy se esperaba que pasara eso. Y bueno, por lo menos pudimos llegar al quinto inning y ganar el juego.
Yeah, it's just nature how it works, and I guess it was God's will, and you can fight that. And the good thing is that it was at least 5 innings, good innings, and we were able to get the victory.
I think it was obvious you weren't going to come out after an hour delay, but how did you feel after 5? Still have plenty in the tank?
Sí, fue como obvio, ¿no? Que no ibas a salir después de ese late que tuvimos, pero ¿qué más tenía en el tanque? ¿Cuánto crees tú que hubiese podido llegar?
Bueno, yo creo que podía llegar muy lejos. Me sentía súper bien. Todo estaba saliendo bien y estaba tratando de seguir compitiendo con los muchachos. El equipo también me ayudó en la ofensiva y creo que hoy iba a dar todo lo mejor de mí.
Yeah, I think I was going to go deep in the game. You know, I was feeling great. I was getting a lot of support from my teammates. We were competing out there. In fact, I got a couple defensive play that helped me. But yeah, I felt like I could have just go really, really strong.
All right, that was Yuri Perez, and of course, the amazing Louis Durante after Yuri's start. 5 innings of 1-hit shutout ball, and Mother Nature had other plans for Yuri than a possible complete game, although Gabby Sanchez was trying to will it into existence. We will step aside, take one final break. We'll get Steve's thoughts, and then say see ya. 10th Inning Show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network. Righty hitting catcher. He turns on a ball, sends it out to center field and deep. Bader is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Brian Navarreto. It's his first Major League homer and his first Major League RBI. It starts to cut into it, but welcome back to the show. This guy had 5 plate appearances in the big leagues. They all came in the COVID season in 2020, and he reintroduces himself in style. 1. Wagaman drills out to left and deep. Marsh is back. That will slam off the wall. Augustine comes in to score. Hernandez wheels around. He goes first to third. And Wagatak has an RBI double to get the Marlins on the board. It's 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Sanoja. That one smothered into the ground. And the shortstop Sosa charges. He fires on the run. It kicks off the facing of the dugout. And a run will come in to score. That one bounced right in front of the plate and directly over the top of the pitcher's mound. And that infield single plates Hernandez from third base. It's an RBI knock for Javi. It's 4-2 Phillies in the bottom of the 4th. Marcy's 10th stolen base in 12 attempts. Augustine's 12th in 15 attempts. And Otto drills a ball out to left and deep. That thing is gone. Onto the concourse. Otto Lopez drills a baseball, and it's a 3-run shot. Number 13 on the year for Lopez, and they open scoring quickly. 3-0 Fish, bottom 1. Payoff pitch. Otto hits well, out to left center field again. Marsh is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. Insurance from Otto, and it is his afternoon. All right, 10th Inning Show is coming to a close. Marlins get a win 6-5 over the Colorado Rockies. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Things got weird. Steven was sitting down there when things were getting weird.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? We kind of got like your rain delay takes, but re-rack it. Give us your full game takes.
Full game takes, yeah, man. I mean, at first it starts with Yuri. I thought Yuri kind of validated what we saw last week. You kind of never know. Washington, was rolling at that time. I thought Yuri had a nice outing, but tonight, when you pitch like this, when you go 5 shutout, I don't care what the record is of the Rockies. It's really difficult to pitch here, and you heard Yuri Perez in his post-game availability. The preparation was a little bit different. He knew that he had to really command those secondary pitches, and he really focused on getting it to the bottom of the zone. And you saw it early on. You saw the punch-outs, no walks tonight. I thought that was another great sign from Yuri. You kind of segue into the quirkiness of this ballpark. You know something weird is going to happen. Marlins benefit in the 3rd inning. And you just kind of felt this game when Big Mike came in, Michael Peterson, and there was just, they were spraying it a little bit, and, they were getting on base, and all it takes is one big swing, Jack. We've talked about it. I love the way Clayton McCullough didn't really mess around. It was 6-3. He goes, you know what? We've been waiting around for like an hour in the rain delay. You get the good start. My final take, you got to win this game. I mean, if the Marlins would have lost this game, it would have been tough to turn around tomorrow and hand the ball to Ryan Weathers and say go, because you felt like you did all the things that should lead to a result of a victory.
Yeah.
And if somehow, some way, the rain, it was cold. I mean, you described it perfectly. It was pouring. It's 59 degrees. Ronnie Enriquez has never pitched anything like this. It showed me a lot, again, about the character of this team, just figuring out a way to gut it out. They just gutted this one out, Jack. And to get that, line drive to Connor Norby, you just exhaled and said, okay, we got game one. I don't think the weather's going to be like this tomorrow, but you just get game one.
To be honest, like listening to the way Clayton talked and listening to the way Ronnie talked, it really doesn't feel like it matters how the Marlins win games here as long as they just win games.
That's it.
And you're right. Like, you just got to win. It's the Al Davis, just win, baby. Like,
just win, baby.
That really is it at Coors Field. Things are going to get weird. Things are going to get bizarre. Things are going to get uncharacteristic. And I think Ronnie Enriquez's ninth inning was incredibly uncharacteristic, but that's Colorado. Just win, baby. And you know what? The Marlins just won, baby. So, big one.
And now you get a chance to, hand the ball over to Ryan Weathers. I mean, it's fun to say Yuri tonight, Ryan tomorrow, Sandy the next day. I mean, it's just, again, all it takes is one. I'm happy the Marlins got this one. Now you hand it off to Weathers, and I think he's going to take a lot what he saw from Yuri Perez. They both benefit from that fastball, Jack, but I'm interested to see how Weathers plays here. He's pitched here before.
Yep.
Not great results with the San Diego Padres, but we shall see here in game 2, 8:40, 8 o'clock, Marlins on deck. I'll be right up and ready.
It'll be Wethy against McCade Brown. Ryan Weathers at a 2.73 ERA through 5 starts. McCade Brown at a 9.88 ERA.
2 last names.
He is 0-4. McCade Brown. As Steven mentioned, 8:40 first pitch tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Marlins on deck. Humongous thank you to Carlos Picari for staying up late with us out east. It's 12:38. Go to bed, dude. Thank you very much. For Gabby Sanchez, for Steven Strom, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long. Fish get a win 6-5. And this has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.